Now, to get into a double rooted tooth, then you need a section. I personally like where you take out a wedge, and that's because it allows you to get straight line access right down to the apex in either direction, whereas just a single slit doesn't afford that. You end up in furcational bone here, which of course is not actually where you want. So people teach different things. It doesn't mean that one's right, one's wrong, but you get your own personal preferences based on what you think works best, most easily, most reliably and consistently for most people. So we're starting to get our loosening. And here's the sectioning again. If you can't see the furcation, then you just raise a very tiny, it's not really a flap, but it's a micro flap, let's say. Just enough that you can see where the furcation is and that with your burr you're not going to damage that soft tissue. Okay, and then I would cut from furcation and out, and furcation and out. Yes, it takes a couple of seconds more, but it also saves on time of the extraction, so I'd say it's time well spent. So we end up with this. And you can see how with those solid block arrows that allows you to go in right along that periodontal ligament space, whereas a single slit cut would mean a vertical blade direction there, and that's actually not periodontal ligament space, it's into furcational bone. Okay, and then we can use our elevators. Now, I'm talking about rotation, but remember you can only use rotation if you've got, say, two teeth adjacent to each other that you want to remove, or a multi-rooted tooth, and we're talking between its own roots. What you mustn't do is use an elevator or luxator or any instrument to try and loosen one tooth off another tooth where you're not going to remove both, because of course the one left behind will be damaged. So here I'm just showing how the other option is to do a single slit, and that creates that, but you can see how a blade will only fit in one location and then tends to go into furcational bone. You could cut a really broad one, but that means going up and down, or using a really big burr, which often isn't that satisfactory. So as I say, I would cut a wedge myself.